Hey guys and girls, it's Nathan here. Just wanted to reach out with a quick video. As a lot of you guys know, I've been talking about the GFD, the Global Financial Depression, for the last two and a half years. I've got laughed at to start off with, but now it's becoming more serious. So on that note, things are really crazy, busy at the B.Invested headquarters. Got everyone wanting to do different things. People are wanting to refinance their mortgages because mortgage interest rates are going to zero and heading to negative. Got people wanting to get wills because they're scared. Got lots of people buying property, a lot of people wondering what's happened to their super fund. They had their super stolen. So yeah, basically just thought I'd come out with a video. I'm going to do a lot of these little quick videos to give you guys updates on things to do to protect yourself, things that you can do to improve your position. So a lot of people are asking about the Corona scam and talking about the property market. This is some of my feedback as a real on the ground sort of case. So over the course of the last fortnight, we have lost over 30 properties. These are properties that I have located. I have negotiated the prices on them and been able to secure them. Out of those 30 deals that we've lost, only 3 of them have been from any of my investors pulling out due to losing of a job or of a fear-based sort of situation. The rest of them have been from people buying them for more money. So why are we seeing properties rise? A lot of people are thinking properties are going to fall in this period of time. Look, I didn't retire from the GFC for no reason, right? Property was my vehicle of choice as well as shares at the time. Today I have different sort of ballasts apart from property. I have crypto, I have stocks and shares that I'm purchasing at the moment, precious metals. I've got all different types of investment vehicles. Property is just one of them. It's my favourite go-to. It helped me retire from the workforce in the middle of the GFC. And what I'm seeing at the moment is a lot of people have lost money in their super fund and they've had the super stolen. A lot of people have looked at their shares, lose 30 to 40% over a period of 3 weeks. And people are going, well, property is bringing me a cash flow and it's giving me a good return and it hasn't fallen off a cliff and interest rates are at zero and are going to be heading negative. So that is all I can put that down to on that front. I've had like out of the 30 plus deals, only 3 of them would have been isolated to the Corona and no one else has sort of pulled out. Everything else has been from people paying more than the asking price for the properties. We are in a fucking boom, guys. I will go into specifics on specific markets shortly and talking about which markets are booming the most, but I have seen specific locations where like 9 out of 10 properties on the market are under contract now, and that's something that's ramping up. So I'll talk about that in further videos. I've literally got a whole wall here of whiteboards, and the one beside me here's got the next video written on it. I had a property the other day in Western Sydney, southwestern Sydney. I picked it up for $290,000 for a 2-bedroom unit. It sold within an hour of me securing it for over $320,000. So that's just a bit of insight as what's happening out there in the marketplace. Wills. At B.Invested, I own a law firm. It's called Zenith Legal. We have had people coming in wanting to get wills. I don't know why. Everyone's thinking they're going to die or whatever. But if you haven't got a will, haven't updated your will. A lot of people might be sitting there thinking, oh, I don't have any properties or assets. But you do, everybody does, whether it means your children, if something was to happen, God forbid, touch wood, if something was to happen, where would your children go to? If something was to happen, what would happen to your super and your life insurance and whatnot? So wills are going pretty crazy at the moment. Accountancy, I'm going to do a Facebook Live shortly. It may be before or after this video goes out. Talking with my principal accountant at One Path Accountants, Ridwan Haddon, just regarding grants and stimulus packages. There's so many grants and stimulus packages coming out. There's every day there's a new sort of stimulus. So each state has got their own, state governments have their own stimulus packages, plus the federal government's got its own stimulus packages. These stimulus packages have come from in all different formats, business grants, tax deductions, small business loans up to $250,000, early access to superannuation, higher sort of settling sort of payments for those of you that don't have a job or have lost your job of recently. There's lots of new ones coming out. I expect to see tenancy ones. I expect to see universal basic income for everybody. So there's going to be a lot of stimulus coming through, and I will be doing a live stream with Ridwan so he can run through these in a very detailed manner to help you guys, and we can keep you up to date with that via our coverage coming out throughout the businesses. Have a lot of business owners throughout my community, and a lot of people that are in business that are reaching out saying things are tough. Some people are saying people are killing it. What we've got to remember, guys, is that this is something that is affecting a lot of people at the moment, but not everybody is affected. Some people are being very opportunistic. Some people are just sitting there copying it. So there is it is a very sensitive topic. If you are, I just want to reach a hand out to you guys. I run over a dozen companies here as a part of the B.Invested group. I see all different markets, been through all different sort of things that have gone wrong over the years. And if you guys do want a shoulder to cry on, it can be lonely out there in the business world and whatnot. If you do need some help, feel free to reach out to myself, reach out to my team. Happy to be a shoulder to cry on, be someone to talk to, be someone to strategize and soundboard some ideas from. So just reaching out to you guys. Supers. People's superannuations have been stolen. The question I ask you all is, what did your superannuation fund, what did your financial advisor, what have they done in order to protect your super? What measures have been in place? Maybe tell me, how much have you lost in super? What percentage have you lost? I'm seeing people that have had like 150 grand, now they've got 70 grand, now they've got 80 grand, now they've got 100 grand in their super. They've lost massive amounts in their super, so a lot of stolen supers, and that's a lie. People are now going to be waking up and questioning themselves, where the fuck did my super go? And that's while we're starting to see injection of liquidity via unconventional methods coming into the marketplace, via repo rates being purchased, via direct injections from the central banks around the world, buying up assets from the balance sheets and the bank balance sheets. Rental properties. I'm losing breath here, guys. I should be an auctioneer. Rental property still open. Here at Blink, we've got a national property management firm, manage thousands of properties on behalf of our investors and run it like a hedge fund. I've got special measures in place to sort of combat this. I will be doing a separate video on that. We've leased 7 properties this week. I've had to close these doors in here and put signs up for my staff to make sure they're not making too much noise because of having people coming in to sign leases. So it's something important. We're getting properties out there leased, and we're doing what we need to do to get those properties leased in a timely manner. So whilst we go through this period, we can assure that there's going to be rent coming through on the properties. And if tenants default, make sure we've got appropriate measures in there as far as debt collection from the tenants, trying to work out sort of, can we assist a tenant in a specific way? How can we support them? What sort of tenancy measures will come out into play for them? Making sure that our owners have got insurance policies in place. We will be open during this period of time. We already are available 24/7, 365 days a year for our tenants, but we're here providing extra support on behalf of our tenants and our landlords to ensure that things go smoothly and that you're continuously getting your rents for your property. So a lot of people are asking, what happens, why should I buy a property if a tenant is not renting a property, if I'm not going to get rent? I will be talking about that on a separate video. Finance. What is happening in the finance market? Massive changes are occurring in the finance market. We've got unprecedented amounts of people wanting to refinance their mortgages, restructure their mortgages, make sure they're getting the mortgages with the right products that they've got for their portfolio and that they're going to take them through the future. So if you are wanting to refinance your property or restructure your debt, feel free to reach out. We have got a bit of a delay there. Apologies in advance, but as you can imagine, things are pretty crazy out there. Understand that all banks are not run in Australia. They are run from back ends in Bangalore, in India, in different areas of the Philippines. And the banks have now got lockdowns on their staff overseas, so there is delays with the banks. With refinancing and with financing and with purchasing and whatever. So this is a whole system that's freezing up. It's just not one area of a marketplace. So from Monday, we will see changes when it comes to lending. One of the stimulus packages, which hasn't even been touched on from anyone, which I will be talking about shortly, is the 2016 APRA changes that stuffed the whole property market. So when we saw the property market going into recession 3 years ago, that was caused via APRA tightening lending and how people service debt. That will be being removed and be wound back as of Monday next week. So very important news, which I will be talking about on a separate video. I've bought a property in this period of time. I'm preparing to purchase more properties. I love buying properties. These are the greatest opportunities. As I said multiple times, I retired from the workforce through the middle of the GFC. I plan on doing a lot more because I'm a lot smarter, got a lot more grey hair now as we go through the GFD. This is a financial crisis, guys. We've got 11 people dead at the moment from a flu over a period of 3 months. There has been this flu, there's been 11 people die of this flu. It is terrible. I hope everyone is safe. However, understand how many people die on a daily basis from suicide, from cancer, from fucking smoking, from McDonald's, from all these different aspects and avenues of life. So what are the opportunities out there? Don't just fearful that it's a corona scam. It is a financial crisis that we have at the moment. Don't be disillusioned by that. Don't be alarmed by that. Just understand it is what it is and take it for what it is. We have done over 40 deals in the last 21 days. I'm only calculating 21 days so far. We've exchanged over 40 properties that we have purchased on behalf of our investors. Things are very strong out there. I'm trying to get hands-on properties. What I'm finding is that there's less properties coming into the market. There is a shortage of stock flow to the market. A lot of people are holding onto their properties. And at the end of the day, what we've got to remember, I'll touch on this briefly now, and I'll make separate videos about this shortly, is that when you have 0% interest rates, people cannot go bankrupt with 0% interest rates. Just remember that, guys. If you think there's going to be some crash on asset prices, on property, the banks are not charging people mortgages. They cannot go bankrupt in this time. So just understand that. People are getting 0% mortgages. People are getting stimulus from the tenants, and we're going to see more of that coming through. People are getting stimulus for their incomes and for business disruption and whatnot. So if people thinking that there's going to be a big property market crash, I actually feel there's going to be an opposite. I told you guys when there was going to be a property market crash. We saw that happen over the course of the last 3 years. I have been very negative. I got laughed at, I got spat on, I got told that I was a fucking idiot, I got told that I was on drugs, all of the things that people have accused me for. The reality of it is this is the early stages of a boom. When we see 0% interest rates from central banks, which are currently here, when we see stimulus being paid to the tenants for their rents, right? It's a very, very good concoction for a massive, massive boom, and that is something that that we're starting to see. So, as the last one is the low stock levels. I'll be covering off on a lot of this stuff on separate videos, so don't be alarmed. I'm trying to get as much information I can out there to the community. However, I'm in one of the most busiest times of my business career. This month is 11 years since I started B.Invested. And this has been our busiest last 3 months, 4 months in business, just on record. And looking at appointments, if you're trying to get a map session or trying to get a review session, I'm booked eight meetings deep up until the end of July. The next appointments are starting in August, guys. So, and I've been Saturdays, Sundays, every day of the week, 7 days a week. So I'm trying to help as much as I can out there, guys. If you do need more help, reach out to my team on admin@binvested.com.au. Ask away any questions that you've got. My team will try and, in a timely manner, be able to assist you and put you in contact with other people that you need to speak to and to help out your specific questions. One final thing is Birchfeed. Everybody wants to be a part of Birchfeed. If you're sitting at home watching the news, if you are being fed full of lies and bullshit throughout the media, make sure that you sign up to Birchfeed. It is free. I used to charge $1 a day for this thing. I'm giving it free to everyone. So all you need to do is send an email to admin@binvested.com.au with your phone number and your name attached to it. We will hook you up to Birchfeed. It costs you absolutely nothing, and it will give you a lot of information and knowledge, and hopefully not information overload. I feel like Morpheus, blue pill or the red pill, which pill do you want to take? And that is what Birchfeed is. So on that note, guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. We'll catch up soon. Have a great day. Stay safe and be well. Bye for now.